Robert Mueller seemed a little bit off today during his hearing. He forgot which president was the first one to hire him.
Yeah.
He refused to answer all sorts of questions. What's your read on that?
Well, I came away with a couple of impressions. Number one, I don't think he certainly was not at the top of his game. Number one. Number two, I wondered how well he was feeling. I don't know if he was feeling nervous there, knowing that there might be some real tough questions on both sides. And the third thing, I walked away thinking, I wonder how much he really controlled that investigation and the output of the Mueller report, because he didn't seem to know what was in the Mueller report. He had to have somebody there with him to kind of help him navigate that, I think. And so I don't think his performance was really stellar or indicated that he was all over this issue today.
Do you think we'll find out when he knew that there was no collusion?
Well, so he didn't want to answer my question, which I asked him that question, and I think there's some pieces of evidence that go to that. Number one, when he did not renew the FISA warrant against Carter Page, that's the first indicia, and that was the fall of 2017. The second thing that I think is really critical is that he did say that, and he didn't realize he was saying this. I think it was a great opening. I ran out of time, so I couldn't pounce on this, but he said at some point we shifted our investigation. Remember, so he said this, we shifted our investigation from the collusion side to the obstruction of justice. Well, you don't shift your investigation to obstruction of justice unless you know there was no collusion and you start looking at obstruction of justice. So when I heard that, I'm placing that back a good 6-7 months, which, by the way, probably puts it in front of the midterm election, which had it would have been very important for the country to know that there was no collusion or cooperation or coordination or conspiracy if he would have done that before the election, but he didn't do that. And I would really love to have had just a few more minutes to kind of press him on that issue.